Ah, Massachusetts. Beauty, sunshine, and lots of pretty beaches. Tons of people in America are wishing they could live here because of how great Massachusetts really is. While lots of places in the Bay State are truly fabulous, there's also cities here that outright suck. The worst parts of Massachusetts. You know them when you see them. They're the parts of Massachusetts where you don't want to go, if you can help it. The goal today is to highlight the cities in Massachusetts that are the worst of them all. How do we do it? We measure the things most bad cities have. You know, where people are broke, where lots of people don't have a job, and where crime is sky high. We even measured the public school education levels. Let's get started.
Shall we begin?
Our first stop on our unfavorable journey through Massachusetts starts in Holyoke, located along I-91 north of Springfield. Crime is the second worst in the entire state, and the unemployment rate and low home prices mean Holyoke is a really crummy place to live. If you want to know the truth, according to the math, it was actually a tie between Holyoke and Worcester. But we broke the tie by counting the number of times somebody complained about living in their own hometown. Holyoke won by a landslide. Fitchburg is a dying blue-collar town which has had a proud past, but it's fallen by the wayside as factory work has left town and other non-skilled minorities have filled in. The geography around Fitchburg is littered with hills, making any connecting roads nothing more than a city hall fantasy. It's a college town, but not really a college town, and the future here doesn't look very bright. Considering the unemployment rate is nearly 9%, crime is consistently in the worst 20 of all Massachusetts cities, and drug use is sky high. Where's the 8th worst city to live in Massachusetts? The folks in Taunton might not be too happy to hear it, but it's you. The main reason? Bad schools. The funding levels for Taunton schools are in the bottom 10%, and the classrooms are far more crowded than just about anywhere else in the state. Plus, the Silver Valley Galleria just lost their JCPenney's. What's good about Taunton? Well, if you're a film geek, they have tons of Redbox rental machines in town, where you can check out all the latest movies. Continuing our worst tour of Massachusetts, we come to Brockton, south of Boston along Route 24. In Brockton, schools have the lowest spending per student in the entire state, and violent crime is the second highest per capita in Massachusetts. That means every year you have a 1 in 81 chance of being a victim yourself if you lived here long enough. On a more positive note, it can't be that bad in Brockton. After all, someone's selling these attractive t-shirts online for $43.99! Holy guacamole! If you took your beat-up ride out in the middle of nowhere along Route 9, before your car overheated, you'd come to Ware, Massachusetts. You might want to keep on driving. Ware has several problems. About 8% of people are out of work, and the folks here are the 5th poorest in the state, which means lots of people are struggling each month. But the cost of living is far higher than it should be, which means you're overpaying to live in Ware? On the bright side, the people in Ware make more money than the people in Holyoke, so they can brag about that if they want to. Hey yo, this video is brought to you in part by Clippers on Martin Luther King Boulevard in Springfield. Come on and get your hair done, they do it tight and right. That's Clippers on MLK. G. We built this city, and now it sucks. Welcome to Springfield, the 5th worst place to live in the entire state. Sure, at one point this was a great place to live, but currently Springfield's crummy. Crime, income levels, and home prices are all in the bottom 5 in the state.
Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy.
Not here. Springfield actually has one of the least number of sunny days for all cities in Massachusetts. Clearly though, things can't be that bad in Springfield. After all, Springfield Central won the state basketball title only 4 years ago. Go Golden Eagles! If you headed up to the top corner of the state, the last big city you'd come to would be North Adams. Sure, this might be a tight-knit community that was hit hard when the hospital closed 2 years ago, but things are going downhill quickly here. The unemployment rate has climbed to 9% now, and North Adams has the lowest home prices in the entire state. Plus, crime is the 6th highest in Massachusetts. The silver lining here is North Adams has a cool museum and an awesome college, so that's great. Way down along I-195 is the crummy city of New Bedford. Here, unemployment rates are the 3rd highest, and income levels are the 5th lowest. Plus, crime is just about as high as you'll see in the state. In fact, if you don't watch your back in parts of New Bedford, you're gonna have a bad time. What's some good news about New Bedford? Well, judging by the number of meth labs in Bristol County, it sounds like you could make some extra money on the weekends. Just be sure to make enough for the folks in Lynn and Orange. They're always ready to buy. It's not just the drugs and hookers that are an issue in Chelsea. Chelsea has the 3rd highest crime rate in the state. In fact, if you have on the wrong hat in the wrong Chelsea neighborhood, you're gonna get iced. So you better play it safe if you want to stay out of trouble. Interestingly enough, Chelsea was one of the only places to have a tumbleweed sighting in the entire Northeast last year. And where's the worst city in Massachusetts? That would be Lawrence, hands down. Another Massachusetts city that's dangerous and with a really bad economy. Lawrence has the state's highest unemployment rate, the 2nd lowest income levels, and the state's 10th highest crime rate. When you're in some of the worst Massachusetts communities, some parts might be hard to tell apart. But you can tell who's from Lawrence, though. They're the ones with the 40, the pistol, the beat-up car, and a pit bull. If you don't live in Lawrence or any of the other Massachusetts places we mentioned, you don't have it too badly. Congratulations.